Welcome everyone. Today I gonna discuss on communications. The process of communication is what allow us to interact with other people. Without it, we would be unable to share the knowledge or experience with anything outside of ourselves. Common form of communication include speaking, writing, gesture, touch, and broadcast. What is communication? The process of communication is what allow us to interact with other people. Without it, we would be unable to share the knowledge or experience with anything outside of ourselves. Common form of communication include speaking, writing, gesture, touch, and broadcast. Process of communication. Communication is the process of sending and receiving information among people. Uh, Feedback basically it goes to senders, and it goes to as a receiver. These are the way actually communication go. Effective communication, meaning and definitions. Use of effective communication, the 7C of effective communication. Fact about effective communication. Meaning and definition. Meaning, effective communication is a two-way process, sending the right message and to the right person. It is important to know the psychology of the people you are interacting with for communications to be effective. For communications to be effective, it is necessary to know the circumstances of the country entirely. Effective communication includes all the aspect of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic language to appeal the listener. Definition: effective communication is the communication which produced intended or desired result. Use of effective communication. Effective communication helps to understand a person or situation in a better way. It enables us to solve the difference, build trust and respect in the organization. Sometimes our message is misunderstood, or we misunderstood the receiver message. Effective communication help us to resolve problem with both point of views. Effective communications help us to connect well with kids, spouse, boss, and colleagues, etc. It is help us in decision making. The 7C of effective communication: competencies, consciousness, consideration, clarity, concreteness, courtesy, correctness. Competencies: the information conveys is message should be completed for the communications to be effective. The senders must take into consideration the receiver mindset and convey the message accordingly. Complete communication enhance the reputations of the organization. Complete information always gives additional information where required. It leave no questions in the mind of the receiver. Complete information self is better decision making as it serve all the desired, and communications serve crucial information. Complete information persuade the audience. Consciousness. Consciousness mean communication what you want to convey in the least possible word. Consciousness is a necessary for effective communications. Conscious communication provides short and essential message in the limited words. Conscious message is more appending and comprehensive to the audience. Conscious messages are not repetitive in nature. Consideration. Effective communication must take audience into the consideration by taking the viewpoints, background, mindsets, educational level, etc. Consideration implies stepping into the shoes of other. Consideration ensures that the self-respect of the audience is maintained and their emotions are not harmed. Consider the needs and requirements of the audience to achieve effective communication. Clarity. Clarity implies emphasis on special goals or objective at the time rather than trying to move away from track. Clarity helps to understand the message easily. Complete clarity of the thoughts and idea enhance the meaning of message. Clarity comes with the use of exact, appropriate, and concrete words. Concreteness. Concrete communication implies being particular and clear rather being fuzzy and general. Concrete communication shows good level of confidence. Concrete information helps to strengthen the reputations of the organization. Concrete information cannot be misrepresented. Courtesy. Courtesy means being polite, kind, judicious, enthusiastic, and convincing. Courtesy is an important element of effective communication. Courtesy reflects the natures and character of the senders of the message. It is the same as give respect and then expect the same. Courtesy is not at all bias in nature's correctness. Correctness is the communications implies that the correct information is conveyed through message. Correct communications both up the confidence level of the senders. Correct information have the greater impact on the audience, free from grammatical error and use of appropriate and correct language. Correct information include the precisions and accurateness of the fact and figure used in the message. Barriers to be effective communications: lack of sensitivity of the receiver, lack of basic communication skill, insufficient knowledge of the subject, emotional intelligence, lacking confidence, physical distraction, channel barrier, long communication chain, lack of interest, lack of knowledge, lack of communication skill, emotional distraction, information overloads, conflicting messages, no provisions for feedbacks, over communication barriers of the effective communication. Effective communications skill connect with the audience, simple words, body language, consults sensitivity, checking for understanding, seeking participation, effective questions, summarize what has been said. Let's experience. What is listening? Listening is the absorptions of the meaning of the word and sensitive the brain. Listening lead to the understanding of the facts and idea. Various stages of listening: healing, focus of the message, not the person, comprehensive and interpreting, analyzing and evaluating, responding, remembering. Correlations between listening and speaking: writing 9%, reading 16%, speaking 30%, and listening 45%. What are the thoughts? Among thoughts, we observe that that is actually uh, decreasing. Importance of listening: if we were supposed to talk more than listen, we would have been given two mouths and one ear. Mark Twain. Techniques of the active listener. Paraphrasing: restart what was said in your own words, summarize, pull together the main points of a speaker, question, challenge speaker to think further, clarity both your and their understanding, however, suppose judgment. Path of good communication: listen to understand, understand before speaking, speaking to the understand, seek understanding before process, repeat. Conclusion: a man is a seldom better than his conversation. These are the way we can communicate, these are the way we can understand, these are the way we can make a proper initiative and effectiveness, and this way we can grow and understand our communications in an effective way. If you have any kind of questions regarding communication, if you have any kind of question regarding developments and other things, you directly can communicate with me. And most important thing is that by this way we can grow, and by this way we can understand in our economy in an effective way. And thank you everyone. If you have any questions, you can communicate.